Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Asshole Consulting, how you kids doing? You have referred to South Africa as being the risk of Zimbabwe 2.0 status in the next few years due to the real possibility of the federal government starting to seize. Starting. It is. Seizing assets through a process of expropriation without compensation. This is particularly with commercial farms. What could possibly go wrong? Let's get the food source. Let's start small. Let's go with the food source. Oh, communists are so fucking stupid. What is it with you guys and like immediate starvation? Do you guys like, how do we kill people faster than if we were in an actual war with the Nazis? I got it, Stalin, Big Joe. Let's go for this food source, okay? Couldn't you just steal, that's what you're doing, couldn't you steal the teddy bear producers of South Africa company? Couldn't you just start with that? We ain't got teddy bears for the next 30 years. All right. How about could you start with fast food restaurants? Bunch of white people in fast food restaurants down in Johannesburg or Cape Town. You take that all over. Yeah, all right, so people go on a little bit of a diet. No, let's go right for the main fucking thing, or food. Heck, why don't you just go after electricity while you're at it? Oh, the pride and ego and arrogance of leftists. Oh my God. That would obviously bring the increased risk of famine and economic collapse. I think there's no quicker... maybe you could take down the electrical grid. Maybe you could nationalize power. Financial system, financial network, you could still barter around that, paying cash. But man, you wanna really kill a lot of people. Oh, we're doing it for the people. Yeah, you go after the farms. On a completely different note, with the clusterfuck that is modern South Africa, is this quote: "The risk is not just one of limited supply, but also of the electrical grid destabilizing in large areas of the country, losing power, necessitating what some former Eskom insiders describe as black start, which is an effort to turn the power on again on a countrywide scale. There is some doubt about how quickly this can be done, or whether Eskom has the in-house skills to do it. If we do lose power on a national scale, that means no internet, cell phones, limited banking, financial services, and general pandemonium." Yeah, is Eskom the energy company? I know they're starting to promote people, black people, again, not based on their ability to be engineers, but because they're black. That's not the way to do it. If you want, promote black engineers, okay? Engineers, that would be the key thing. I know you guys are obsessed about the color of the skin, not content of character. But yeah, and now you have some dope from the School of Government and Political Science running an engineering staff. Oh my God, yeah, it gets back. I always loved how, what was it, in the Middle East and also in South America, where they don't have the mechanical expertise, so they got to bring in Westerners and engineers to like build their oil rigs and their systems, and then when all right, we're taking it over now, like they did in Venezuela, and then it goes to shit. Oh, it's funny. That is from the CEO of the Institute for Race Relations, one of the premier think tanks of South Africa. Are you guys allowed to think anymore there? And that country is equal in prestige to the RAND Corporation here in the United States. I listened to a couple examples that such a nationwide power outage could go on for 3 weeks. There are different scenarios of different lengths, but that is repeated. Such a situation would also interfere with water and sewage systems and the availability of food and transportation fuel. South Africa is a country of almost 60 million. Economically is roughly equivalent to Mexico, although a little poorer on the average. There are 4.5 million whites, 40% of whom in the households are below the middle class. The black middle class is almost 6 million people. What's the other 50 million people? So there's 50 million blacks that are 40 are middle class, but 4.5 million white, black was 6. So the middle class is only 12% the total black population. Is everybody else just poor? What? This is not a simple matter of white people with resources to prepare and of poor blacks who will bear the brunt of the hardship. Hey, they voted it in, man. They voted it in. For those of your readers who are South African, what is your best advice to give them? And by the way, this is not some remote conspiratorial possibility. No, I'm fully aware. It happened just north of your border. I know what happened. I'm fully aware of the cost of communism and socialism and lazy, no-good fucks basically trying to live off of other people. I understand what the consequences of parasitism is, especially when the host dies. If I had to guess based on the attention it gets from South African bloggers and commentators, there's a 25% chance of such a nationwide power outage in the next year. All right, look. It's the same advice. I'd get the hell out. How do you get out? Start applying for citizenship in Australia. There might be some legal things with the Commonwealth of the former British Empire. Canada, maybe. I was kind of hoping that Trump would offer refugee status to any white South Africans that were going to have their places stolen. I know many of you have been there for hundreds of years. I understand that. I know. We've been farming this since 1600s. There was nothing here. I know that. That's not today. Today they're going to steal your shit and they're going to enslave you. They already have enslaved you by taking all the stuff you've worked for. You don't understand that. You're 30, 40 years. It's all been gone. That's all been taken away. The question is, do you want a future? It won't come to killing you just yet, at least the government officially anyway. But when I've had a couple people going on in South Africa, your crime is unacceptable. You have to be traveling with guards. You have to have bars on your windows and doors. Fuck that shit. Come to a country where there's high trust, low crime, non-communism, which is any first world nation that will take you. So you can start applying now for citizenship at different places. You may have an advantage being former Commonwealth, if my history serves me correctly. But if you want something kind of Cappy Cap style, what I would do is I would get some skills that are location independent so you don't have to stay there. Go become a digital nomad. I'd do whatever you possibly could. Programming, IT, anything. And then, okay, fine, you're a citizen of South Africa. You just never go back. You just travel the country. You go set up shop in Thailand. You go find some cheap place. You come visit us in the United States. Say hello. You live where we're only going to take 40% of your money. We're not going to steal. And you just, you get a U.S. bank account. You get some kind of bank account in Thailand. Whatever it is, you leave with a skill where you derive your income globally and over the internet. I hate to say it, ladies. You're not going to like this. You asked. Okay? If you had a pretty girl, I would pimp her out digitally. With the clear understanding that she is going to help the other boys, the rest of the family members get out. If you have any good-looking women, okay? You asked. I'm giving you Machiavellian. You don't even have to do porn. I'm not saying that. All you gotta do is become an internet phenom of some kind, dress in lingerie, show some boobies, whatever. That's where the real money. I'm just appalled at how much money is made. And you go digitally whore yourself out. You get the fuck out of South Africa. You keep doing that, and if you girls would be kind enough, you support the guys as they go to IT school, or they go become mechanics, or they go get skilled up in some kind of computer programming language. You guys all live in a house, you live cheap, you do it. You girls can work from the convenience and safety of your own home, and then you don't have to go back to South Africa. Maybe you got to visit once or twice. But if all of a sudden they're we're going to keep you here, well, then you could claim refugee status. They're going to keep us there if we go back, because communisms are dicks. They're the most cowardly, inferior pieces of shit ever. And there's no reason to go back to a dictatorship, let alone a kleptocracy. Although communists take everything. It is a kleptocracy. But that's how you get. You got any good-looking girls, or you're a girl, you're just fat? Well, I guess it's time you lose the fucking weight, huh? And then you start selling the most valuable commodity digitally, not in the real world, digitally on the internet. Make your money, set up your PayPal account, whatever it is, and then you just go live somewhere else. I was like, we're going to go travel visa. And you just travel. I mean, hit up Matt Forney on how to do that, or Roosh. They stayed away from the United States for years. You just go to this country. Oh, my visa, I'll go to that country. Okay, then I'll go to this country. When we're leaving our home, I never understood home. That's such a cute, quaint concept. Home. What is home? I always have to move. Home. Oh. Like in the olden days when we had low taxes and you weren't taxed out of your property. All right. There you go. Questions, answers, hassleconsulting.com. Links down below. I'll catch you guys later. Toodles.